But remember, these are the two teams that lost the finals last year. They'll not want to do that again.
Well, two semi-finals still to come, and Norway also in with the chance of a double. We're about to join the first ladies semi-final. Norway this time taking on Sweden. Let's talk a bit about those two teams. Annette Norberg of Sweden and her rink have been together for, what, 7 years? And they won the bronze at this event last year.
Not only that, but Annette Norberg played third for Elisabeth Hagström, who won the gold medal in the Europeans at Perth.
And what about the Norwegians? They've been together for 8 years, in fact, and they've played very consistently, apart from a bad start this week.
Well, look out for Dordy Norby, who plays third, because she does that little icky shuffle when she gets a really good shot off.
Thanks, Doug.
And we're joining the game in the fourth end with Norway enjoying a 2-1 lead. Norway are playing the Red Stones over to Willie and to Jane.
She's thinking about picking up an end.
Maybe just a little greedy then. She's certainly playing tap back weight. Sweeper's just nursing it along.
Nice weight.
Annie Pettersson on the left. Mette Halvorsen on the right. Just watching the stone bending now, though. We've got the tap back. Do we have the roll? Pretty good shot. Difficult to tell from here whether they're lying one or two, but they're certainly counting one shot. Let's compare the deliveries this time of the two skips. On the left, Annette Norberg, 22-year-old actuary, from Härnösand, just outside Stockholm. Same story, beautiful delivery. Straight down the line, shoulders always squared to the target, Jane. You're our national coach. Do you approve of this kind of stuff?
I approve of deliveries that work under pressure.
Yeah.
And both these deliveries do exactly that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. It's the stones that count at the end of the day. So here comes Annette Norberg trying out her super Scandinavian delivery once again, trying to play a better draw this time, looking lighter, calling it for line. It's beginning to bend a little earlier.
Is she past the guard?
Well, she may not be. Oh, she clips it. That was a bad mistake. Well, now, how many are Norway lying?
Possibly only one, but a chance of a three.
Well, she's certainly got a straight draw for two. Maybe a tap back for three in the middle. Sophie Marmont just hangs her head. It's difficult to tell from the overhead shot. Remember, it's the number of stones which you have closer to the center of the house that count.
I think the yellow is second, Willie. She's probably just drawing for her two.
Well, they seem to be debating the ice a little. Maybe she's just trying to play a sort of T-weight, and if the line is good, they can sweep it on, because they're just going to bump this yellow one at the back an inch or two.
Oh, she's coming with the tap back weight.
Fourth end then, final stone. Drawing for two, tapping back for three. It's drawing a long way. Whoa, what's happening to this? Can she sweep it back? No, she can't. So Trine Trulsen picks up a valuable two at the fourth end to take a three-shot lead, 4-1.
Sweden took a single in the fifth end to narrow the deficit to 4-2. And that's still the scoreline as we rejoin play in the eighth.
Trine Trulsen playing her last stone at the eighth end of this semi-final. She's in a 4-2 lead, and she has a possible split for two, Jane, and this really could set up the game for her.
We give her a four-shot lead, Willie.
Let's see how they're doing. Working it now. She gets it. Is it hanging on? Oh, this Norwegian girl is playing so well. A fantastic shot to take a two and go into a 6-2 lead after 8 ends. In the ninth end, the last stone for Trine Trulsen. She has a commanding four-shot lead, but she's in trouble this end. Annette Norberg with her first stone put that beautiful stone at the top of the house there. They're lying two. Trulsen bundles him up there, but she's lying out in the open. And Jane, a possibility of losing a three.
Yes, I'm not sure why she called that shot, Willie. She was always going to be putting the yellow onto the red and leaving the Swedish two stones lying.
Seemed like a very strange nomination because, as you say, she'd had so little room to come round that front guard and hit that yellow stone at the appropriate angle. Really, this is a tremendous let-off for this girl here.
This would put her just one down into the last end.
So all that she's got to do is remove the right-hand red stone to lie 3, which would take the score to 6-5 against her. At the moment, she is 4 down, 6-2. Oh, they're suiting it straight away. It looks like it might be tight. The Marmont sisters working it really, really hard. The crowd urging her on. Line is okay, but they're going to have to sweep hard to hold it. Oh, but she plays it beautifully. Sweden comes alive, taking a 3 to cut the score to 6-5 after 9 ends.
But that wasn't enough for Anette Norberg, because Norway got another 1 in the 10th to win the game 7-5 and qualify for a place in tomorrow's final against Canada. Well, the final semi-final is well underway as Eigil Ramsfjell from Oslo in Norway takes on Patrick Hürlimann of Lausanne in Switzerland. Ramsfjell started out in the tournament as one of the hot favourites. This is his 11th time at a world event. He's the reigning world champion. While Patrick Hürlimann is comparatively inexperienced. This is just his 2nd time at a world event. But the Swiss have really surprised everyone by their high standard of play here this week. Well, Norway are playing with the Red Stones. Back now to Willie Jimison.
The Swiss team in conference at this really about the most interesting end in this semi-final. Roger, the score is 2-1 to Norway. The Swiss do have last stone advantage, but just look at that head. That yellow stone in the centre is the Swiss counting 1, surrounded by Norwegian red stones.
Yes, you have to remember the Swiss have last stone on this end. They would like to score 2, not just have to settle for 1. But Norway has got their 1-shot stone somewhat surrounded right now, Willie.
They really do, but do I believe the nomination in this? Is he really going to try and strike out that Norwegian stone there? If he gets this wrong, he's in a lot of trouble.
He's taken a lot of risk on this shot, in my opinion. And if he hits that red stone anywhere wrong onto his red, he's taken his end away.
Third player, Andreas Heine, his 2nd stone on this 8th end. Playing what we think is a highly questionable strike. If it works for him, though, it'll be some shot. They call the sweeping straight away. They're really working at it, and it's cutting. It's really cutting. Clips the guard. Gets a break, though. Whoa. That guy should fill in his pool's coupon now.
That was somewhat fortunate.
Well, if I were Norway, I'd be getting nervous here, Roger, because remember the long guard is off, so those 2 red stones at the front are now totally exposed.
Yes, he still has the situation where he has those front red stones, however, Willie, and I think that's what you'll see Norway do. They've sort of got the top covered with the red. He can play the back stone, eliminate it, and still retain those red stones to be used later.
I'm just wondering, Roger, if the red stones are in a position to be taken out with the double. Well, there's the hit. It just drew in there, clipped the guard. Oh, what a lucky, lucky break. Still, Switzerland lying the 2 and Ramsfjell just trying to Ramsfjell looks like he's just playing a delicate tap back on the Swiss 2nd stone. Really quite a tense end here, Roger.
Well, I think Norway now is saying we don't mind giving up 1, but we want to play a little bit conservative and not have them get us for 2 or 3.
Yeah. So now what does Switzerland do?
Well, I don't know. They just tried that double on those 2 front red stones when it was more difficult with that guard in play. If they felt they could do it then, they may feel they can do it now.
Yeah. Well, certainly the 2 red stones are restricting his chances of getting 2, because the only way in there at the moment is to play a draw to beat them, but the angles just aren't too helpful for him.
This is the stone that they tried the last time where they touched that guard.
Just by an inch or so, really. Yeah. Look at him holding his head. Oh dear. It's a game of inches. Patrick Hürlimann then just settling himself down. There's a situation looking overhead.
It's very possible, Willie, that they could strike those two stones, running the red one that we see on the left side between the two yellows, and also eliminate the other red and actually lie 3 here. And that's exactly what he'd like to do.
But the angle has to be just absolutely perfect. If he's wide, he could drive a redstone onto his counter. He'd even jam a redstone onto the side rack. Gosh, he's throwing this at weight.
He's moving something.
How's he doing? Plays it beautifully. What a fantastic shot! Whoa! Patrick Hürlimann. He is really setting this stadium alight. Okay, Eigil Ramsfjell, reigning world champion, has got some hot Swiss in his hands here.
That's an exceptional stone, Willie. He actually put that red stone over top of the yellow one, which looked like it was difficult to do, but he had so much weight that he didn't have to hit that red stone very hard to move it out of play. He really threw that stone hard.
Oh. Well, that was an exceptionally good shot. Oh, what does Ramsfjell do now? He's got to go hitting, I think. He's got to try and take the double takeout. Try and hit that front yellow, drive it straight back to remove 2 of them. This is his, I'm sorry, Roger, this is his last stone in this end. It's a vitally important shot.
He needs a double, or at least a roll behind the top cover to make it more difficult for Switzerland to then make a shot for 3. He has a 1-point lead. He can tolerate 2.
He wouldn't like it, but as you say, he could live with it. Eigil Ramsfjell with his last stone, driving out of the hat, looking really determined. Not calling it yet. Needs to bend, needs to cut. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Not good.
I think he overthrew that stone. I don't think he wanted to be quite as heavy as he was on that because it didn't curl at all. And the way he iced that stone, he expected it to curl more than that.
Well, Patrick Hürlimann has a simple task now. Play an open draw shot to pick up a 3 and take a 2-shot lead at a very crucial stage in the game at the 8th end. 2 more to come after this. On the left, some hot Swiss support from Wengen, surrounded by some enthusiastic Canadians. Really, it's strange how a curling end can develop, Roger. There was a very lucky wick with the strike that Andreas Heine played with his second stone, and then followed up by that tremendous shot from Patrick Hürlimann. Sweepers onto it straight away. Remember, they only have to get into the circles. That's all they have to do. Oh.
I definitely feel that they're here.
It's beginning to bite now, though. Takes the line beautifully. Swiss fans love it. Cowbells ringing. 3 shots to Patrick Hürlimann and his team to take a 4-2 lead after 8 ends.
Well, Eigil Ramsfjell just couldn't get back from that. He ran out of stones in the 10th, and Switzerland go through to meet Canada in the final later tonight. Quite a turn up for the books. Hürlimann pulling off some hot shots there.
He made some magnificent shots, particularly in the 8th end. That was the key one.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on against Ryan's Express. And we'll be back with coverage of that final later tonight.
Well.
Can I help you?
Well.
So you're about to buy a flat. What sort of mortgage are you interested in? Let me explain your options.
At NatWest, we know what choosing a mortgage feels like. But don't worry. If a simple endowment or repayment isn't suitable for you, we'll design a mortgage that is. With our help, anyone can make the right decision.
Well, that's my mortgage sorted.
Well done, Walter. Now, do you want tea or coffee?
I'll have a...
NatWest take the out of choosing a mortgage.
Any minute now he's going to speak Hungarian. All financial people speak Hungarian to me.